And good morning from Collinsville, brunch at Collinsville. This is the 40th annual Collinsville Holiday Classic, and this is Quincy High Blue Devil basketball right here on MeccaSportsCo.com. And good morning, everyone. We're almost in the PM here, but we'll be the second game of the day. First game just got over as the Althoff Catholic Crusaders won that ball game, and they'll play the winner of our ball game as we take on the O'Fallon Panthers. Should be a good one. We're very familiar with those O'Fallon team. Last year we played them twice, once here at the semifinal as we beat them in that game 57-46. Camden Brown had 17, BL3 had 14, and Keyshawn 11 points and 16 rebounds. We would play them later in the season, and that'd be at the regional final, beating them 49-42 for the victory. Thomas had 15 in that game, while Wires, that was Ralph at the time, BL3, and Brown had 8, and Clay had 7. The one difference between last year's team and this year's team, no Rennie Harris, and he was quite the stud now at McHenry. Speaking of a stud in his day, Coach Pettit. And Coach, going to be a good one here today. We got double games no matter what, and taking care of business, got to bring it out now, is what the Devils have to do.
Well, we watched O'Fallon yesterday, against a very good Decatur MacArthur team, and, overtime game, very athletic, strong team. Okoro, the 6'7" kid, he's more of a, get the rebound, drive it down the floor, and, take it to the hole. He could create a lot of problems tonight. So, yesterday, look at him, 9 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 blocks. Very athletic, long. This is going to be a good matchup for the Blue Devils. We'll see how the 1-2-2, will, slow this O'Fallon team down.
It's the pregame show, and, of course, when we come back, had a chance to talk to Andy, but we didn't catch an interview on there, so Coach and I will pick up the time. It'll be Coach Pettit and Coach Wellman with some words behind the scenes from Coach Douglas. As we get ready for today's matchup, of course, those are brought to you by the Kunis Auto Group, and it's pregame show right here in Collinsville. It should be good. Blue Devil basketball on MeccaSportsCo.com.
For many, your home and auto are two of the biggest investments you'll make. With well-planned coverage from Pekin Insurance, you can rest easy. At Freiberg Insurance in Quincy, they're ready to talk with you about covering the things you care about most: your home, your car, and your family. At Freiberg Insurance, they'll be glad to review your insurance needs and put together a policy that fits you and your budget. Call 217-224-7774 and rest easy knowing you're covered by Pekin Insurance.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th, Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at Kunis Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
Man, back at Collinsville, pregame show, Jeff Wellman, Dave Pettit, and Coach to take good night's rest. Did you get a good night's rest there, Coach?
No.
That's because you were on the road.
Well, I was on the road, yeah. A little foggy coming down from Quincy today, on those hilly up and down, Yeah, one fun night. But, hey, you got to get ready, however, whatever, it's time to get after it because, game 1 of 2 today, and we want to make sure that we're on the right side of both of these.
And the weather report and the update on the road travel. Thank you, Coach Pettit. I love that. Hey, look at today's game. We've seen this team. In fact, 2 years ago, we saw them again. Rennie Harris is the only real difference between last year's team and this year's team. Quite the stud. went down to McHenry now. We haven't followed up on how he's doing. We'll have to ask Taylor Foley if she's down there as well. He was here the other night, BL3 did say. I talked to the guys before the ball game, and Coach was up talking to a friend. I don't know who it was, but then Coach Bob Bone came over to talk to him. So while I was talking to Ryan Brown and Coach Bonas, Bruce, I said, you know what? I'm going to go catch him after the game, because the only questions we really have is, what's the difference between this year and last year? And a big key is Rennie Harris.
Well, I tell you what, Okoro, I like how he stepped up. You know, he was a sophomore on last year's team. You know, this year, 6'7", a junior. You know, he's taking a little bit more ownership of, how this team plays. But the rest of them, very hard-nosed. They're going to stick their nose in there. They're going to, play hard. They're going to get on the glass. That's one thing we got to do in that 1-2-2. Make sure we're locating, everybody, because everybody across the board, especially, you look at Okoro and Dancy, they had 12 and 11 rebounds, last game. You're going to have to make sure you put a body on them, and I mean a body, because they're going to shoot a lot of threes. I like the way Schwartz played, very active point guard. That's going to be a fun matchup with Wires and him.
Well, you look at it, yesterday you beat MacArthur, overtime, 57-50. We watched it right before. They're 4-6, so you're iffy about their game. 49.7 points a game, give up 51.6 from what I picked up there. So, playing about 50, but in the 50s either way. But as you mentioned, Coach, 5 players, 6 points a game to 9 points a game. All right, then you get the rebounding. Okoro, like you mentioned, 9.2 rebounds a game. The other guys, all 4 of them are 3 rebounds a game. You've got Swartz and you've got Hunter to assist the game. The threes are going to come from Dancy, Swartz, and Smith when they do come.
Yep.
And last night I think they shot like 25 threes from outside. So always, like we said, taking care of business. And if the Devils will take care of their business, it should be fine. I mean, O'Fallon is, again, 2 games last year in those. And, of course, in that second game, I forgot, 49-42, Thomas had 14, and we had, I did mention that, didn't I? I started doubling up myself. The big one last year here, though, Keyshawn had 11 points and 16 rebounds in that game when Camden led the way and BL3 was the second leading scorer. So that was a good game for Camden.
Well, and to be honest with you, Coral's more of an outside, a 3, more of a slasher, 3-4. I don't know if they have anybody that can match up, down low with Key. And, that's the one thing that, I said last night. You got to get him underneath, get him his touches, down on the block to start the game, and then they start double teaming or whatever, then you kick out. You got to work inside out, and when the Blue Devil offense does that's when they're the most effective.
Blue Devil fans are here today also supporting. Kelly Stepasky gave a shout out to us, so shout out back to him and his. And then also Paul Lentz was down here with his old family. And after 3 or 4 times of yelling, he realized it wasn't from heaven above. It was just us right above his head. And he finally took a shot up there. And the Douglas family right in front of us with all the kids out there. And I love that. Thank you again to Mrs. Douglas for our Christmas gift. Cookies.
Oh my goodness.
Cookies were good.
Well, that was over and beyond, with the, the pint glass and, the little patches. We got to figure out where we're going to put those. Maybe on our sleeves of what we got on now. Hey, that might be pretty good.
Oh, it was awesome. And she's done that each, but this year was even a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
And then again, cookies are always good. They were great that night, actually, too. So good. Got a great matchup here. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll take a break. When we come back, more of the pregame, and we're ready. Blue Devils and Panthers, MeccaSportsCo.com.
Are you a contractor? If so, listen up. Freiberg Insurance in Quincy, a Pekin insurance partner, is known for providing the best contractor coverage in the area. They've thought of everything, from covering your facilities to protecting your tools and equipment while on the road, and even your employees. Ready to learn more? Call Freiberg Insurance at 217-224-7774 and let them help build a Pekin insurance portfolio that protects your business, your employees, and your livelihood.
From competitive youth sports to high school and college athletes to fitness enthusiasts, sports injuries can easily put you on the sidelines. Our orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine physicians are here to diagnose and treat your sports injuries should they arise. Every step of your journey matters to us. And when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. At Blessing Health, we've got you covered from head to toe.
And back in the pregame show, here from Collinsville. And we ran our Blessing, of course, they're the starting lineups, Blessing Health, Blessing Orthopedic, and Sports Medicine. We've got you covered from head to toe. And I'll tell you what, my knees are feeling pretty good. Dr. Barry Wearies, thank you very much for that one, baby. We are in good shape out here. I think I can still play. And the key is I think. As we get ready for this one here, sorry there, Coach, I had you down here.
You know, it always is. The mind says go, but the legs say no. Actually, you know what I mean?
They're both saying yes, by the way. Hey, here we go. Hey, first of all, tournament updates from yesterday. Tough loss for the Blue Devil girls. They lost 64-54 to St. Ignatius. Got some reports that could have beat them. Again, we're in that young stage, you know, building the team, learning, you know, and that. So I think while you hate to have a third game today at 2:30 and be done, you'd like to be playing on Monday, you still got some good experience here during the holidays. And then the QND Raiders ran into Pecatonica and lost by 23 last night. Pecatonica, a good ball team.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, we saw them last year. I mean, they're, you know, right down the road from where I work and where I live up in Rockford. And they've been ranked number 1, number 2, you know, in 1A the whole year. In fact, they were ranked number 1, and they did not play a game. They were 0-0 and still ranked number 1. But, you know, the football team has been super successful with, you know, the Hoffman kid playing quarterback. And, I mean, we saw him last year. He was the best player on the floor, you know, against QND last year. And he's back. So, yeah, I expect Pecatonica to be there at the end of the year.
Also, we'll shout out to another tournament up there way up north at Algonquin Jacobs, the James Hinkle Holiday Classic. Jeff Myers, formerly from Quincy, up in Elgin, and he's making the call up there. What's up, Jeff? There's our shout out there. We get ready for starting lineups now. First, it'll be the visitors, which will be the Blue Devils in their blue, trimmed in white.
Well, we're matching them with our blue outfits today.
Of course, yesterday, by the way, Collinsville did a great day. There's Dennis Douglas and his brothers. I love it. BL1 is there as well. Gave us his shout out there. Yesterday in the pregame, they did a wonderful job of a Tom Lepper tribute. And it was a really good job down here. And that's 2 years in a row that Rick Hummel, of course, the year before. They really do it right here, I'll tell you what. And it's beyond basketball. So our starting lineup, of course, they're all seniors, guys. You've heard it from me throughout, and there's no real sense. We've worked to this stage. We build to this stage. And, of course, this is the quest, as we had mentioned.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think a key in today's game is going to be Louthan, and can he match up, you know, with the Okoro kid? You know, because he's more of an outside. Leave Keyshawn underneath the basket.
Starting lineup looks like this for the Devils. Number 5, Cameron Wires. He's 5'10". BL3, where's number 12? That's Bradley Longcord III, 6'4". Dom Clay, number 14, 6'3". Mark Louthan, coach just mentioned, wearing number 20, 6'5". And rounding it out in the big man, number 42, Keyshawn Thomas, 6'6". Head coach Andy Douglas, Bruce Bonas, Ryan Brown, and Jeff Obert rounds out our lineup. And they're right down here in front of us, which is kind of nice. On the other side, and I'm sure it's going to be the starters that we anticipated. Number 2, Eric Swartz Jr., 5'10" senior. We also have number 12, Nate Smith. He's a 6'4" senior. You know, the Eddie Jackson was in there yesterday starting. And there he is starting today, 6'1" junior. We did not mention him in the stats, so he didn't have much stats out there. He wears number 23. The big man coach talked about 6'7" junior, number 30, Ben Okoro. And rounding out that lineup, number 31, Jaden Dancy, a 6'2" junior from there. And also Brian Muniz, been the coach up there, and he's done a really nice job with O'Fallon. Excuse me, down here as we are up there. Get my north,
well,
south
yeah, it
figured out.
depends on where you live. I mean, you're about even.
And you're way up there.
I'm way up north.
There's your lineup, and of course, O'Fallon in their home white trimmed in gold, a little dark in there as well.
Well, and O'Fallon plays in maybe one of the tougher conferences. You look at the Big Six now, but down here, when you've got East St. Louis, Belleville East, Belleville West, Collinsville, they play in one of the better conferences, I believe, in the state of Illinois.
Devils will work to the far basket. Mark Louthan in the center circle. Curl's in there as well. White headband around his noggin. And we're ready to go. There's the opening whistle. Tip gone up. Louthan keeps it going with a second tip. But picking the ball up was Jackson for the Panthers. Devils come out man-to-man. Flashing up to that high post is Dancy. Ball comes around the perimeter. Good job by Thomas.
Well, they got Keyshawn on a Coral start.
Shot taken, a little fade. Falling down is Swartz Jr. He gets the first basket of the game.
He's a good little guard. This is going to be fun watching Wires and him go at it tonight.
Baseline, pull up. Good shot from 12. That's Dom Clay, one-on-one there. Devils tied at 2. Well, I hope we play good tonight, Coach. I'm going to get you back to breakfast and lunch right now. Devils back in the man-to-man set. 4 in the perimeter, actually 5 on the perimeter out of O'Fallon. Run a lot of motion out of that. In the high post is Dancy.
Basically 5 out. They don't have that inside presence, like Remy was last year for them.
They got the height for 2 post players, but they're all lanky, and like you said, 7 minutes. Good defense.
Goodness.
Oh, a three-pointer.
That was almost from the volleyball line with the hand in his face.
Swartz with that one. He's got the first 5. Devils in the half-court set. Keyshawn down in the block. Wow, he got pushed off the block into the short corner. Makes
That's
a
where
spin
we got to
move.
go right there.
Goes up strong. Good job. Scores. Keyshawn with a basket.
There's where we got to go right there.
Inside, then it can always go back out. Good job by Cameron. Dom. Dom does a great job. Flies by the play, but then comes back in with a steal. Dom takes him to the hole. Scores. And that was Swartz trying to play defense. Devils lead 6-5. 6:12 left, first quarter action. Cameron's going to play some three-quarter court. Shadow him all the way. That is Swartz who he plays. Swartz number 2, Cameron number 5.
And Swartz is the key cog, for this O'Fallon team.
Okoro tries to drive down to the baseline, takes the shot, no good. BL3 with a rebound.
Great defense by Key.
At the top, lob it inside. Louthan fakes once, goes up strong. Good. Louthan with a score. So again, inside, Coach talked about Louthan being a key inside as well.
Well, I was thinking Key on the defensive end, but shoot. If he can do his 10 to 15, good
Inside
defense.
shot, no good. That was Louthan on the D. Okoro, though, gets the pop out there. Easy one there for him. Ball just bounced right to him.
Key runs the floor.
And there you go. Get it to him on the other end before you can even check out your drink for a quick one. Devils get another one. 10-7 up. Good steal.
Great hands by Louthan.
Jackson tried to drive the baseline. BL3 in transition. He'll pull up from 20. Good! BL3 from 23, actually 21 maybe, and that's Woodmart Building Center. 12th and Seminary Road. That was a good look there. 13-7 for the Devils now. Fast-paced game. Shot, no good. Swartz had a good fake to get the wide-open shot. Weak side rebound, though, and the weak side shot, no good. Taken there by Smith. Devils with a rebound. In transition. Moves it around the perimeter. Looks inside. Boy, I tell you what, take the shot first. When Keyshawn flashes to the low block, the defense is coming behind him, and he tries to stop at the block. He gets pushed about 6 feet into the short corner.
Well, I tell you what, this is a physical, maybe not quite a college physical game, but very physical, and good steal.
Devils in transition. Longcore goes in. Shot is blocked. Head the other way. Coming at us. Swartz. Crossover dribble.
Coro's a 6'7", very athletic kid. He had 4 blocks last game.
Good hands on the cross-court pass. Clay tips it. Goes out of bounds. Got to find out where I missed my 2 points at, Coach. On our side already. Luckily, the scoreboard is right down here to our right. Swartz in the half-court set. Shot taken from the wing, no good. Weak side, went through BL3, but Cameron got it.
Nice box out by BL3. He didn't get the rebound, but nice box out.
5 on the perimeter. Now Keyshawn slides down to the low post.
Ooh.
Bounce pass into him in the second post.
Right there.
Spin move, turn around, shot off the glass, good. Right in a curl's face.
Yeah, you got to make them stop that. You know, you got to keep feeding them, you know, down there and make them stop it, and then it'll be double team, and then you're going to get wide open looks.
A quick timeout there. While we've got the timeout, Coach, keep talking. I'm going to look at the board real quick.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, they don't have an answer for Keyshawn underneath the basket. They're 6'7" guy, thinner, you know, more of a 3/4. Not a true banger, you know, down in the center spot. So keep getting it to Keyshawn, and they're going to have to start double teaming him down there, you know, or he will own this game. And once they start double teaming him, he's unselfish, makes the great pass, looks opposite a lot of times, you know, and that's who's going to be open. So, yeah, you just need to keep feeding him.
All right, thank you, Coach. I got Dom's extra basket in there. So far, Keyshawn's with 6. Dom has 4. Louther with 2, and Longcor with a 3.
And they stick with Keyshawn on Okoro, you know, which Keyshawn's foot speed and quickness has gotten so much better with his work over the summer.
5 on the perimeter there. 15-7, Devils with the lead. First quarter action. Wellman and Pettit here at Collinsville. 2 games today. Oh, good job over there. Louthan stepped in. Cameron Wires stepped in the passing lane. And all of a sudden, Stanley, who just checked in, traveled.
Defensive pressure, you know, out there on the ball. You know, that's what the Blue Devils have to do. And if they continue to, you know, turn the ball over, you know, and get extra opportunities at the basket, you know, I think we'll be good today.
So it is Swartz, Stanley, Jackson, Okoro, as the Devils are in the half-court set. Right corner shot. Good from Mark Louthan from 3.
Good kick out by BL3 on that one.
He gets the assist. Louthan gets the basket. Woodmart Building Center gets the mention. WoodmartBuildingCenter.com.
Love watching the 2 point guards going at it today.
And the Devils want to take care of business right off the bat because this team will hang and can come back. They were down by 9 or 10 early in the game yesterday.
Yep.
Shot no good by Jackson. 3 Devils there on the rebound.
Well, as my dad used to say, when you got them down, you put your foot on the throat, they squawk a little bit, you push a little harder. Oh.
Great job by Louthan. Faked the 3. Guy went by. He stepped in for the 17-footer. No good. Rebound comes over for the Panthers. Keyshawn's out there with a curl, 25 feet from the basket. Jackson comes over right side to help. Swartz now. Swartz has got the shaggy fro. Kind of like my grandson a little bit, but not as big, meaning Swartz has a bigger fro. Oh, great hands by Keyshawn. A curl was going to pull up.
Did they call Keyshawn or Louthan?
They called Keyshawn.
Okay.
And I must say that you almost want to yell down bad call. I don't like making judgments, but he was right at the top of the block, 3 feet from him, hit the ball down instead of up.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you let Okoro out there, you know, because you fouled him out by the 3-point line. If he wants to shoot that shot, I don't think he's going to beat you shooting that shot.
Because they've got 3 other guys who shoot the 3 more, actually. Good job by the Devils. Take the ball away. Keyshawn has it to Wires.
Good help by Dom on defensive end.
Wires hesitates twice. Gets down in the low block, kicks it out, left side 22-footer. Good! Dom Clay from 22 off the left side.
Well, Dom's rewarded for the great defense. You know, gets down, flares out, hits the wide open 3 on transition.
Woodmart Building Center, Kevin and Company. Oh, mentioned Brenda, his wife, as well. 21-7, 146 left first quarter action. Couple subs here.
And here comes the player of the game last game, Rico Clay Jr. I mean, with what he did, you know, in his 12 minutes, you know, expect the same kind of effort tonight.
Devils are on a nice 13-point run now, lead by 14. Had a nice 8-point run earlier. A curl, 16-footer, no good. Rebound comes out, second opportunity. Shot no good. A curl crashes the boards between Thomas and Rico, and he'll get the putback. He'll cut in and break our run right there. 21-9, a curl with another basket. He's got 4 in the half-court set.
He's a very active 6'7", long and lanky.
Devils in the half-court set, high post, Rico Clay Jr. Right side, no good from 3. Ball's tipped around, Okuro gets it. We got a one-on-one basically against Clay, and great hands, Dom Clay on that one. Slapped down, almost went off Okuro's leg, and it will be Panther basketball under their own basket.
Well, and that's where Okuro's the best, getting the rebound and going coast to coast. But great job, great hands by Dom Clay on that one.
Eddie Jackson got it at the free throw line. Turns around at 13 foot. Nice little turnaround shot from Jackson. 21-11. Inside 1 minute, fast first quarter. BL3 just blows by his man. Got to the left side with a little roll, and it rolled off the other side of the board. Or the other side of the rim, excuse me. Panthers back it out. Okuro now looking for a screen. He got his screen by Dansby. Danzy. Reset to the left side. Swartz drops it inside. Danzy. Little bit of a knee by Rico Clay Jr.
That was a good tackle.
Man, mark that one down for him. Did you hear that, Rick Little? Put down an extra tackle in the
Yep.
books. Rico his first. Devils second. 25.9 left. It was not shooting, so I don't know why he went to the free throw line. Dan said, yeah, I might go make a
Well, second foul. You know, the Blue Devils are playing very aggressive. You know, the defensive end, they've only got 2 fouls.
And the other one I said I thought was a block shot, remember?
Yep.
Keyshawn Thomas on that one. Swartz back out. Eddie Jackson now.
Well, if they won't
Spike
for the
line
last
of volleyball.
one, let's go ahead and stop them right here, and then it's rock and roll.
Screen comes up.
And then we'll start
Head to
out
the
with
left
the
side.
ball. Oh, off his
Good
leg.
job
There
by
we
defense.
go.
Clay reaches in to slap at it. Getting through there was Jackson, but then it went off his leg. So with 4.3 seconds in the quarter, Devils have the ball. Wires. Loses the handle. Pulls it up. Didn't have a good shot. Well, and the only reason because defense came in, he had to go get the ball. But the first quarter is in the books. The Quincy High Blue Devils 21, the O'Fallon Panthers 11. And we're back with second quarter action from Collinsville on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made from scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
Back at Collinsville, a fast-paced first quarter. Devils lead 21-11. Started off with 2 points for O'Fallon. Devils got their 2. O'Fallon hit a 3 and went up 5-2. Devils with an 8-point run, led 8-5. After 1 basket, Devils went on a 13-point run with a 21-7 lead. And the last 4 points of the quarter went to O'Fallon. And 21-11 is what you got.
Well, and you know, starts on the defensive end. I mean, this is definitely the pace that the Blue Devils want to play in. You know, O'Fallon's attacking. You know, they've turned the ball over probably 3 or 4 times, and that's led to probably 6 to 8 points, you know, of their 10-point lead right now. You know, and the Blue Devils defensively, Keyshawn's been a ton, you know, on Okuro, making everything hard for him to do. You know, how many points has Okuro got?
He's got 4.
He's got 4, you know, of their 11, but they've been a hard 4 because Keyshawn's done a great job on the defensive end.
Second quarter starts with the Devils with the basketball. Wires, BL3, Keyshawn Thomas, Clay squared. That means 2 of them, by the way, even though it's not Clay times Clay. Devils working around the outside. Rico's playing the high post now. Cameron steps in, now steps back. 3-pointer, no good. Okuro on the opposite side. He's in there with Swartz. Dancy, I'll check the rest of the lineup. Jackson back in the lineup as well.
Good job by Key moving his feet.
And Brenton Hunter into the ball game, guy who plays out of time.
Oh, out of bounds.
And the drive, it was on the block. Rico was playing defense. Dancy made a turn. Thing is, he forgot the basketball and went right out of bounds. 7 minutes left. Second quarter action here in Collinsville. Going to be a long, fun day. We wish the best of luck both to the Blue Devil girls and the Raiders up there. I believe they both have a 2:30 game in Bloomington today. Bloomington Normal, excuse me. The Classic. Left side, Dom Clay fakes a shot, pulls up, 16-foot, good. Clay is hot. He's got 9 already in the ball game. 23-11 Devils.
Well, and that's one thing Dom's done. He's picked up that mid-range game where, he fakes a shot from the 3, dribble inside, and those little 15-footers all the way around. He's going to make a good percentage of those.
Swartz makes the pass inside to the block. Good defense there from Dom Clay. Ball had to go outside. Drive into the basket. Ooh, and a good drive there. A curl took the ball to the hole, even with defense on him. That was a nice little bump there.
Key went out to try to do the steal. He cut back door, and then, Rico came in and challenged the shot. Just a better offensive move by Okoro.
Devils by 10 in this one. BL3 now behind the arc. Couple dribbles, one behind the back. Oh, and he got him up in the air. Got a curl up in the air and then stepped in for the little scoop there for the shot. That's smart move and great ball handling.
Well, that's what you do to the shot blockers. You got to fake them, get them up in the air, and then when you do that, you're going to have easy looks.
John Potts used to be great at that. There was Air Jordan and there's Ground Potts, and he was quite the class. He got to the free throw line a lot, too. There you go, John. In the half-court set. Swartz. There was a cut to the lane. Devils had 3 hands on it. Hunter tracked it down, though. Now has the ball. Back out to Swartz. Snuck an extra step in there. He ran into Rico. Steal by Don Clay. Clay down to, and a great pass. Bounce pass to Keyshawn. Give Clay the assist. Give Keyshawn the basket.
Wait, when the big fella runs the floor, the other big fella ain't going to run as fast as him, so he's going to be open going to the basket.
Whatever hit that ankle yesterday is quite fine. We're talking about Keyshawn early in the game last night. Bounce pass inside.
Great defense.
Oh, Rico Clay
Great
Jr.
defense.
With the steal.
Good communication there by Longcore and Rico on the pick and roll.
5 minutes left in the first half action. That means we're in the second quarter. Devils up 27-13.
Another
Crossover all the way to the hole.
Well, he went up to try to dunk it.
And it was funny because it wasn't funny because the defense fouled, and as soon as he went up, I think it was Jackson, just pushed him at the hip.
Yeah, he was going up to dunk that one.
Jackson, his first foul for O'Fallon in the second quarter. First foul for O'Fallon in the game.
And kids, listen up. Basketball players are made in the summertime. Not in the wintertime, they're made in the summertime. You look at the Devils this year with, BL3, with Keyshawn, with Dom, they've all gotten stronger, quicker, and, they're getting after it.
Keyshawn and Cameron will get a break. Louthan back in the game. Jareus Rice Jr. also in the game now. Not a junior, but he's a junior, meaning he's the second Rice. Second one good for BL3. He's got 5 in the ball game. Devils 29, 13 for the Panthers. Sub coming on their side. Andre Stanley back in the game. Okuro's going to take a break.
I was going to say, I was going to wonder who's going to guard him, with Rico and Latham in the game, with Keyshawn going out, but we don't have to worry about that now.
Rice Jr., Clay Jr., Dom Clay, Lauthan, and BL3 still in the ball game for the Devils. Backing it in. No good on the shot. Lauthan got the rebound. He's on the floor. Going for those 50-50 calls, and Coach Douglas does a great job, calls timeout. And with 4:35 left in the first, Devils lead 29-13. We'll take one. Back with more on mechasportsco.com.
Are you a contractor? If so, listen up. Freiberg Insurance in Quincy, a Pekin insurance partner, is known for providing the best contractor coverage in the area. They've thought of everything, from covering your facilities to protecting your tools and equipment while on the road, and even your employees. Ready to learn more? Call Freiberg Insurance at 217-224-7774 and let them help build a Pekin insurance portfolio that protects your business, your employees, and your livelihood.
Back at Collinsville, the quick timeout and quick thinking of Coach Douglas. Coach, we talked, and you said you didn't expect this early, but even last night in that game against MacArthur, and it was not, like you mentioned, the disciplined team, but in that game, they were down in the first, I believe, at least 10 points after the first quarter.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, when we sat there and watched that game last night, I'm thinking, MacArthur's better, more athletic, stronger. But, this team just kept coming at them. But I think the Blue Devils are a little bit different animal, that they're attacking tonight.
Devils have the basketball in the half-court set. Trying to trap Clay on the right side. BL3 gets the ball at the top. Stops, 15.
Good pass.
Good pass. Give him another assist. That's BL3. And give Rico Clay Jr. his first basket of the ball game.
Well, it's amazing what happens when you're a guard and you get in and you're at the volleyball line. People start coming at you. Passes are right there.
Swartz from the right side contested. Air balls a 22-footer, and Dom Clay with a weak side rebound. Oh, Clay with a behind the back and a spin move all at the same time. Kicks it out left side. Three-pointer Louthan, no good. Rico Clay
runs
Jr.
it
with the
down the
offensive
corner.
board. You got it. Rice takes it all the way in, off the rim. Good look. Could have taken one more dribble and got to the board, but he did a good job of getting through the Panthers. And now the Devils with their first foul of the second quarter. It'll be Dom Clay, his first as well.
Well, it's amazing how aggressive the Blue Devils have been on defense. And they've got, 3 fouls, in basically a quarter and a half.
And again, the ones we had were, again, not a really egregious at all.
Well, it's just amazing how well they play, especially making the deflections. Like there's a deflection, they dig it out. That's a 50-50 ball that they get.
Rice takes the ball away, goes down court, loses the ball in the paint. Panthers come out with it. Panthers on a 2-on-2. Little Eurasian, no good. But the follow was right there, and that was Hunter who came down on the break. That cuts into the Devils' 8-point run was right there. 31-15, 3 minutes left in the half. Devils with the lead.
Well, and I think Coach wants to set something up, run a good set here. We were getting a little bit, wild and woolly there, on the offensive end.
Thomas
Pick
is
and
waiting.
roll.
Here comes BL3, drives the lane, kicks out, right corner. No good from Dom Clay. Weak side rebound, Panthers.
Now,
As I mentioned, Keyshawn waiting to come in, and a curl as well. Block shot there on our end. Rico Clay Jr., good job. Ball pops into the corner, though. And a three-pointer. Dancy on that one. We mentioned there's 3 guys out here that will shoot the 3, Coach, on the other side. High post. Rico Clay Jr. turns to look for a backdoor cut, doesn't have it. Now comes over to screen for BL. There's the screen and roll.
Slip.
Another good job by BL3 with the assist. Rico Clay Jr. the basket.
Pick and slip right there, baby, on the weak side. You go act like you're going to set the screen. You don't set the screen. You go to the basket. Good pass, easy layup.
Devils back in there man-to-man. Coming out in front. No good on the shot. 4 Devils were there. Somehow it bounced into Eddie Jackson. Ball comes back out. Shot from outside and good. 3-point play. Dancy, he has 2 in a row.
Well, and that's one thing without Keyshawn in the game, the defensive rebounding, somebody's got to step up and get that board.
Scoring table is full over there. 2 Devils as Swartz and Curl both trying to come in for the Panthers. For the Devils, Thomas and Wires. 1:20 left. First half action. Devils in the half court set. Louthan. Oh, he went around a screen and went all the way to the basket for the score. Good job. Nobody was going to stop him. And as we mentioned, Coach, if you got your dribble and there's a lane to the basket, take it. And on this end.
And a block on Louthan on this end.
And Hunter did try to take it to the lane, but Louthan was there. Good call.
Oh, great pass.
Oh, and again, BL3 is showing you what is the game. As that bounce pass went into Rico Clay Jr., his 6th point, and more importantly, BL3 has probably got about 6 or 7 assists.
I was going to say, I was going to give him 5 or 6. So, yeah, and usually we're pretty good, in estimating these things.
Well, and I can't tell. I think they only have points and fouls on the board, so we will get a halftime report on that. Timeout taken with 56.4 left first half. Blue Devils 37, Panthers 21.
Well, that was a pretty little bounce pass with a little bit of English, on it, it's just like a quarterback. When you're throwing the pass, you've got to get them in the right position, going in the right way, put it right there on that. That was just a perfect pass with a little bit of English, for the layup.
Panthers will take it on the far end. Devils come out with Wires, BL3, Louthan, Dom Clay, and Keyshawn Thomas. Other side of Curl's back in the lineup.
Back to the starters.
Nate Smith also in the lineup again. Eddie Jackson, Swartz is in there. Oh, and don't forget Dancy. He's had 2 threes in a row. High post to Curl. Thomas on him. Thomas backs him out. Swartz is going to set. In the high post is a Curl. Not very much.
Oh,
ball was slapped away,
steal.
and then Swartz picks it up. Swartz was there, stepped up, and took a three. That was just bad luck there for the Devils that time.
Well, Cameron did a good job. Go ahead and, flicking the ball up, and it went right to Swartz for the wide open look.
BL3 is going to stop at half court with 20 seconds left in the half.
Get the last shot. Get a good one here.
Keyshawn in the right corner. Left corner is Louthan. High post is Clay.
10 seconds. Let's get going.
Cameron and BL3. All right, coach calls it. 9 seconds. There's a switch out with Keyshawn going to the high post. BL3. Oh, and it was back to Keyshawn. Keyshawn waited a second, wasn't going to go for it, thought the clock might run out, but then realized that better, so it's over and back.
Well,
and the idea was BL3 was taken to the lane. He threw a little flip behind his back, and Keyshawn was going to take the three from the top of the court.
Well, that could have been very dangerous, with Keyshawn there, with the O'Fallon kid diving for the ball, and his knees there in the way. Could have been very dangerous, in that situation.
O'Fallon does not get a shot off. The buzzer goes off, and it is halftime at Collinsville. Your score, the Quincy Blue Devils 37, the O'Fallon Panthers 24. Stick around. We'll be coming back here to break down the first half. A very fast first half. And then after that, we'll talk about anything else we can catch up on with the tournament, not only here, but also up yonder at the Classic in Bloomington Central. Again, halftime score of the Blue Devil basketball game, 37-24 with the lead. Back with more on meccasportsco.com.
Dreaming of a new kitchen or bath that's as functional as it is beautiful? At Woodmart Building Center, we bring your vision to life. Choose from a wide variety of cabinetry finishes and styles to fit any space and budget. Our expert designers work with you every step of the way to create a space that's uniquely yours. From timeless classics to modern masterpieces, your dream kitchen or bath starts here. Visit Woodmart Building Center today. Find us at woodmartbuildingcenter.com or stop by our showroom at North 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QHS Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
Are you a contractor? If so, listen up. Freiberg Insurance in Quincy, a Pekin insurance partner, is known for providing the best contractor coverage in the area. They've thought of everything, from covering your facilities to protecting your tools and equipment while on the road, and even your employees. Ready to learn more? Call Freiberg Insurance at 217-224-7774 and let them help build a Pekin insurance portfolio that protects your business, your employees, and your livelihood.
Back at Collinsville, halftime. Tell you what, Coach, I can take a breath now. Slow down a little bit there. Fast half there, as I'm going to pass you these stats in a second. I just wanted to look at one stat. I was one off. Awesome job there. Assist for the first half for BL3. 6 in the first half so far. Not a bad half. And here's how the half started. We had a 2-point back and forth to start the game. O'Fallon led 5-2. Runs of 8 and 13 built up a 21-11 lead at half. Devils were up 25-13, actually 23-13, went on another 8-point run, 31-13, and they close out the half up 37-24.
Yeah, sitting there looking at the stats, once again, the Blue Devils, just like the last game, points in the paint, okay? You've got 22-8 points in the paint. You've got points off of turnovers. Last game, they were, up here, and, McClure North was down here. Points off of turnovers. Blue Devils have 14 points off of turnovers, and O'Fallon has 2. So, once again, and then that all goes into the fast break points. That's 11-0. So they're points off of turnovers, playing the defense, getting out on the fast break and finishing in the paint. That's what's propelled them to the 37-24 lead.
And, of course, the winner of this game will play at 6 o'clock. They'll play Althoff Catholic with, of course, the Oregon football signee.
The Duck running back.
And I tell you, I think he averages about 14 points a game in basketball, so not too bad there as
well. Very athletic, very strong, lefty. Looks like he's got a pretty good stroke from the outside. So, but the Blue Devils need to keep doing one thing. They need to start doing a little bit better job of, is boxing off, on the defensive end and limiting the offensive putbacks, for O'Fallon. O'Fallon's got 12-0, on second chance points. Of their 16 rebounds, 7 of them are on the offensive glass. So the Blue Devils are going to have to do a better job boxing out, and making sure, because they're shooting a lot of threes. I mean, O'Fallon's 4 for 7 from three-point line. They haven't got to the free throw line. Neither have the Blue Devils, though. I think they need to keep pounding the ball inside, and getting those, good shots underneath the basket.
We have only had one set of free throws. Remember it? BL3 went to the basket and got pushed when he tried to dunk the ball. 2 for 2 there. And we had a great second half the other day after being 6 for 12 in the first half. We finished 8 for 8 or something like that in the second half. So great job. So the winner, of course, that winner today was Althoff 51-47 in the victory there. They're waiting around. 6 o'clock is the game. So the winner here will play at 6 o'clock. This is the 1-2 punch. And again, you had mentioned get off your feet, and, of course, they get up an extra hour and a half to sit. I, of course, argued that point with I don't want to sit an extra hour and a half. Once you get the cooling down time of your muscles and all that, you want to come right back. You don't want to wait, another 2 or 3 or 4 hours and get lazy.
Well, after this game, because let's face it, we should get done here. It's 12:45. They're out here by 1:15. Go get something to eat. Maybe go ahead and turn on a college basketball game back in the hotel room. Get something to eat, get something in your belly. Get off your feet, relax. Get ready to go again, because it's going to be a battle after we get done with this one. And this game's definitely not over with yet with this O'Fallon team. But we're going to have to come out and give us a good effort here the next. Probably 2 quarters. You don't need to play 16 minutes against this team, because they ain't going away.
Hey, good news is there's still 2 quarters left to play in the second half. So then you've got the first round of this one's over after this one. Then you've got a 1 o'clock game, and I forgot to check who's all in that ball game, because it was Collinsville against Carbondale yesterday, Woodlands against Oakeyville.
I think we got Woodlands and Collinsville in that game.
And then the last one, Lincoln Mundelein, Belleville East, Granite City. I'm sure Belleville East won that one. They're the ones you have to watch out for here. That's at 2:30. Then there's a 4:30 consolation. Well, not consolation, but the loser of this game and Triad will play in that ball game. Then we got our 6 o'clock. So you've only got 3 games in between you by the time you end up.
Yeah, Lincoln against Belleville East. So that should be, Lincoln obviously wants to play in the 40s. Belleville East, I believe, wants to get up and down the floor a little bit. So you're going to have a clash of, philosophies there, I guess you would have to say.
Well, in Belleville East, too, I think they were the ones that maybe of the top teams after Quincy. Of course, that was written by the Troy Tribune that wrote the preview out here in the program. And he pulled out Belleville East as another one of those contenders. And, of course, when you're here in Collinsville, everybody's always hoping that it's Collinsville and Quincy like last year, and hopefully both teams. Of course, it was pretty intense last year. Chambers was a little bit of the difference.
You look at it, if you've got, Collinsville and Belleville East down here, in the semis, after our 6 o'clock game, that could be fun. Watching those two teams go at it, because, I think Belleville East beat them 50-48, earlier this year.
Well, they beat him. It's the first conference game. It was just 2 games ago. And by 2, I think you were right, Coach. So, hey, it's halftime. Devils lead 37-24. Come on back. We got a lot of action here. MeccaSportsCo.com.
Aches and pains are a normal part of life, but when they become too much, we have a team of orthopedic surgeons ready to give you relief. The need for joint replacements continue to rise, and our team stays up to date with the latest technology and robotic solutions. Every step of your journey matters to us. And when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. We've got you covered from head to toe.
Dreaming of a new kitchen or bath that's as functional as it is beautiful? At Woodmart Building Center, we bring your vision to life. Choose from a wide variety of cabinetry finishes and styles to fit any space and budget. Our expert designers work with you every step of the way to create a space that's uniquely yours. From timeless classics to modern masterpieces, your dream kitchen or bath starts here. Visit Woodmart Building Center today. Find us at woodmartbuildingcenter.com or stop by our showroom at North 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy.
Even half-times move along fast up here in Collinsville as we get ready. 30 seconds left up on the clock. So you're in the locker room, Coach, as we've always said. And we'll do those. I forgot to mention the pregame, our coaching comments were brought to you by the QHS Auto Group. So as Coach Pettit gives you a little update here on the halftime, I would have to say, hey, there's a lot of things that don't change a thing. What was the one or two things that you might have saw the Devils that Andy would like to say, here's what we need to shore it up? And you did mention one of them in there, but let's hear it again.
Well, the offensive rebounding. I mean, they've got 7 offensive rebounds. They've got, they're up on second chance points, 12-0, on second chance points. So, we definitely need to clean up, the defensive glass, and then once we do that, getting out on our transition offense, we'll be in good shape here in the second half. But, can't give them the second opportunities because very dangerous team, kicking it out, hitting the threes. I mean, you only got a 13-point lead.
Devils will play defense to start the half. Wires, BL3, Mark Louthan, Dom Clay, Keyshawn Thomas. Screen and roll, there it goes. That slip got away. First score in the second half. Okoro gets the basket. He's got 8 in the ball game now.
Way too easy.
Okoro, Jackson, Swartz, Smith. And is Dancy out there? Here's the backdoor cut. Great job there. Could have been an and one. Keyshawn made the backdoor pass to BL3. He actually got pushed at the hips when he made the basket. In fact, his feet were out in front of him when he finished. 39-26. Halfway through a minute in the second half. Devils in man-to-man. Goes in and back out. Okoro now trying to go in. Wires was over there quickly to stop the dribble. Back on the perimeter. Long three-pointer, no good. Long rebound in the strong corner.
Another offensive rebound for O'Fallon.
Okoro got the rebound. Resets the offense. Jackson, left side to Swartz. Down in the left corner, Swartz will take it. Looked at the 25-footer, decided not this time. Stood right there on the Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium logo. Right side of Okoro. Starts to make a drive to the corner. Good job by the Devils. Thomas playing Okoro. He picks the ball up 17 feet from the basket. Help came. Shot no good. Weak side. Rebound. Offensive board. But Keyshawn blocked the shot and got the rebound. Here come the Devils in transition.
2 offensive rebounds on that one possession for O'Fallon. Things aren't getting any better.
Wires in the high post to Louthan. Louthan. Oh, he had BL3, but then waits for Keyshawn to get on the block. Keyshawn hesitates a little bit, and he got Okoro in the air. And Okoro, his second foul. No, that's only his first. I thought he had one in the first half.
Got to keep feeding Keyshawn down on the block and, make them stop that before anything else.
Keyshawn will shoot 2. 6:14 left third quarter action. Devils up 39-26. Keyshawn hits the first. Devils the only ones with free throws in the first half. 2 for 2. That was BL3.
And that's not like this Blue Devil team because they've been shooting, 10, 15, 20 free throws a game, and that's from taking the ball to the hole hard.
Well, if you don't have anybody there to stop you at the hole, we don't have to worry about getting to the line.
Oh, yeah, but
41-26. Devils made both of them. Into the high post to Curl. Thomas is on him. He'll pull up for a 17-footer. That's what we want to make him do.
Yep.
Ball went through 2 hands. Last hand was Panthers. Blue Devil basketball.
Challenge 17-footers instead of him slashing to the hole. You know, that's not his best part of his game right now. Now, he could develop that next year, and then he's going to be a load.
Well, at 6'7", you can definitely do that. High post Louthan. 2 cuts. Here it goes again. They passed up Longcore the first time, went into Keyshawn. Went in strong, fouled again. Looks like this time it's going to be Dancy. Boy, he is working hard down low.
Oh, yeah. Well, but once again, he's 6'4", Keyshawn's 6'6". Both of them similar bodies. In fact, Keyshawn's a little bit bigger. You know, he's going to take him and he's going to go to the hole. And, you know, basically 2 guys from O'Fallon ended up on the ground on that one, and Keyshawn ended up, you know, straight up after he shot the basketball. So, God,
the nice play about that one was Louthan got it at the high post. They ran it twice in a row. Bradley cuts across down the low block.
Yep.
If he's open, they'll send it to him. If you pass it up, then Keyshawn steps up behind that at the opposite block, and that's where we went twice in a row. Keyshawn 2 free throws, 43-26.
I tell you what, the last set they had Longcore on one block, Keyshawn on the other one.
Well, that's what I said. When Bradley flashes through there, then he stops at the one.
Yep.
And so there's 2 options off that. If somebody drops off Louthan, he takes the shot. Panthers threw the basketball away, and Devils have it again. Louthan high post. Here it goes. There it is, BL3 right in front. But no,
Great
he goes
pass.
high-low. Great job by BL3. He gets the assist, and Keyshawn gets the basket. I love the looks off of this.
Well, great pass by BL3, but I tell you what, the pass was great. That was a great catch by Key, you know, on the basket and then laying it up and in.
After giving up the first basket of the half, Devils are on a run here. 8 straight points, leading 45-26.
Well, it's come from the defensive end. How much they have at halftime?
2 less than they have right now.
Yeah.
24. Hunter into the game, by the way, was checking in for the Panthers. Dancy starts to make a drive, kicks it out to the left side to Hunter. Dancy went out to the short corner. Now he finds Okuro at the high post, and he's going to back it up. Keyshawn's going to go out there 25 feet with him. And, you know, we didn't talk about this yesterday because we never worried about the 35-second shot clock. Keyshawn just pushed out Okuro to 25 feet, and you heard a buzzer. Shot violation.
So we've got the 35-second shot clock today.
It's amazing.
Well, that's what it looks like.
You know, it was amazing, the play, the fast of play. I think you could have 4 possessions before you ever got to 35.
Ooh. Tough pass there.
Top of the key. Right side wires. Bounces it in. Right corner, Keyshawn. Working on Dancy. Spin move to the hole. Good. Even partially blocked on that one. Keep feeding him, folks.
Well, they don't have anybody that can guard him one-on-one down the block. They're going to have to start sending 2 people at him. You know, and that's when Keyshawn, you know, makes that extra pass, and he's a great passer.
4 minutes left in the third quarter. 47-26. Devils by 19. Check
and
that, 21.
Well, and Wires putting the pressure on out front is amazing.
At the top of the key, down to 10 on the shot clock. Okuro 25 feet away. Good little screen and roll with Dancy. Good switch. Now a backdoor cut. Devils cover it, but the ball goes in the right corner. A second shot clock violation in a row. And I'm going to tell you what, Coach Muniz wants to talk about it. 3:40 left in the third. Devils 47, Panthers 26. We're back with Blue Devil basketball on MeccaSportsCo.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Timeout taken there by the Panthers. And a shout-out to Tim Tappy, and, of course, he just shot me a little message. I quickly read it, but here's what I got, baby. Back in the days of the state tournament, Tim and Tony would sit at home. They would watch the broadcast on TV. They would turn down the TV volume, and they would turn up WTAD and listen to Dad, Mel Tappy, make the call. That's a great comparison. Thank you, guys. The Tappy's up in Quincy. Of course, part of our connection with St. Dominic's, the Dolphin connection. I know people get tired of hearing that, so... Well, if we didn't have so many good people that were connected in athletics, some of the good coaches out there as well, and that's all thanks to Don Altmix Sr. Devils lead 47-26 with 3:40 left in the third.
I tell you what, the defense wins ships. Bottom line, defense wins championships, and this is some of the best defense, I've seen in a long, long time.
Devils have the basketball out of the break. Oh, slipped through BL3's hands. That's uncharacteristic. And taking it down the other way was Jackson for the layup. Just a bad break there as he slipped as he started to make the turn.
Key steps in, wants it again. Go to the other side, Key.
Devils with basketball. Right side, BL3. Dom Clay. Also Louthen on the left side. High post is Keyshawn.
Oh.
Here comes Dom driving. Slips. Passes the ball into the right corner. In and out. No good by BL3.
Oh, what a pass.
Keyshawn with a weak side rebound.
What a pass.
And then coming from that weak side, on the strong side, I should say, was BL3. Give Keyshawn the assist and give BL3 the basket and a chance at an and one.
Well, BL3 misses the three in the corner. Keyshawn on the weak side goes up, gets the rebound, and he was still in the air, made the pass back to BL3 going to the hole.
Complete the three-pointer. Foul was called, by the way, on Eddie Jackson. And that three-pointer is brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. Jack McKenzie Way or Seminary Road if you have it. Inside 3 minutes, 50-28. Devils on defense.
Good defense
man.
by Dom.
Akuro from the corner. Takes the shot. It does a 360 plus as it rolls around the rim twice. That'd be a 720. Goes in. 49. Check that, 50-30. BL3, nice little baseline shot, just pulls up and hits.
Every shot that O'Fallon puts up is a hard challenge shot. And like I say, that last one that Akuro made had a hand in his face, from 17 foot.
Akuro on the perimeter with Jackson. Swartz is out of the game right now. Inside, Stanley shot no good. Dom Clay gets the rebound. Long outlet to Keyshawn. Keyshawn a step through. His shot is blocked, but Louthen gets the rebound. Tried to bounce it back in. Taken away there by Stanley, but a traveling on the other side when the ball was outletted to Smith. So Devils will get the basketball back. Jareus Rice Jr. comes into the ballgame. Louthen gets a break, so Wires, Rice Jr. BL3. Dom's getting a break as well. Rico comes in, and Keyshawn rounds out the five for the Devils.
I like this lineup with the Blue Devils with the two quick guards out front to put the defensive pressure.
Inside, Keyshawn working on a double team. Up off the glass, no good, but he'll shoot two. Hunter, his first foul.
They do not have an answer for Key underneath the basket. I mean, he catches it down on the block. He's going hard to the hole.
Keyshawn will go, 158 left in the third. Mentioned Jackson, his second foul. Actually, did they call that on Hunter? Hunter, his first. 14 fouls on the Panthers in this quarter. Devils with 0.
Stay on the line, big fella. Stay on the line. Finish, follow through.
Trace Ruth coming in with 1:58 left in the quarter. Cameron taking a break. Getting a rest for the fourth. Devils picking it up. Nice runs in the first quarter, 8-13. Second quarter, 8. And then had another one, missed both of them there. Rebounded by Akuro. And, of course, a 10-point run there to start this quarter off. Akuro inside, missed the dunk. And Trace got caught under the basket. Glad he was there. The dunk was no good. Trace is going to be calling for the foul, but...
well, you got to make him earn it. Hey, bottom line, make him earn it. I don't care if it's 2-0 or it's, 52-30. You got to make him earn it.
Well, I got to tell you, I think Akuro, Trace wasn't there to really affect him on that one. 6'7", just missed the dunk.
So was that our fourth foul of the game?
Yes. And Akuro misses the first one. Nope, check, he hit the first one. That's why they put it up on the board. Second one,
air ball.
This one was an air ball.
That's what I mean. I think he needs to work on that 15 to 17 footer. Especially when somebody's guarding you.
Goes over, gets the towel, wipes his hands. 52-31, 140 left third quarter action. Rice, Ruth, Clay Jr., BL3, Thomas. Thomas, top of the key. Brings the dribble to the left side. Ruth 4 on the perimeter right now. BL3, now check that. Rico's at the high post. Sets 2 screens. BL3 with a crossover, with a step back from 3. No good. Weak side rebound comes out. That's, well, it wasn't Jackson. Other end, shot. Because Okuro now gets the rebound on the opposite side. And he makes a nice job from the left side to the right side for the reverse layup. That's just length on that one. Down to a minute left in the quarter. Devils in the half-court set. Here's our cut. Ruth down the low block. No. Ball gets moved to the right side. Keyshawn in the right corner. Keyshawn resets and lets BL3 set the ball to the left side to Ruth. Keyshawn cuts to the basket, sets on the low block. Rico Clay Jr. look for the guard to take the ball. 40 seconds left and counting. BL3 down to 2 on the shot clock. Good job of BL3, saw that, and you heard the fans call it out. He kicked it quickly, and Rico, realizing it was short of time, got the quick layup up before the shot clock violation. That was pretty impressive.
BL3 should be getting pretty close to a double-double, you know, with assists and the points.
6 at half, has at least 3. So, again, like you mentioned, might be 4. We'll get that in the post-game show, brought to you by Hardee's at 30th and Broadway. Swartz is back in, comes around the screen. Swartz hits a 3. He's got 3 trays in the ball game. Down to, well, there it was. Clay could not put that one up for the long shot. And we have played 3 quarters from Collinsville. Your Quincy High Blue Devils 54, the O'Fallon Panthers 36. We're back with the 4th quarter right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get us biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
3 quarters in the book from Collinsville. Jeff Wellman, Dave Pettit. As we get ready for the 4th, Devils lead 54-36. That's 18 points.
Well, yeah, and like I say, they came out 3rd quarter, you know, especially the beginning of the 3rd quarter, you know, got after it on the defensive end. Still, I think we got to do a better job, you know, on the offensive glass, you know, because the Panthers, you know, they're 18 down, but, you know, you don't want to give them extra shots.
4th quarter starts with the Devils with the basketball. Wires, Clay, Rice Jr., BL3, and Keyshawn Thomas. Man-to-man coming from O'Fallon. Devils have been in their man all game as well. Dom Clay uses a screen. Back to Keyshawn. Now it's down to Rice. Rice, and being the lefty, Okuro came over to block the shot, and Jareas just brought it over to his left hand, which he is left-handed, for the score. I don't think Okuro knew that. Shot from the right side, no good. Dom Clay with a rebound. Clay had a great first half. Good first quarter, too. BL3 from the left side. 3, no good. Weak side, Swartz with a rebound. Pressure was put on him by Rice and Wires. Okuro in the half-court set. 18, airballed that one after airballing the free throw. Wires across the timeline. Then he gets through 2 or 3 Panthers, makes some contact. Swartz will be called for the foul. I thought he put up 4, but there's no 4 out there. That's 2. Well, let's give him 2 fouls. 7:07 left, 56-36. And that's exactly what the table's saying. Who was number 4? Now, you're worried there if a guy's seeing double. Just joking. The officials have done a great job here.
Well, you haven't, you know, heard anything about anything, you know, and when you don't hear about an official, they're doing their jobs and they're not taking care of the, you know, controlling the game, so to speak.
Yep, somebody saw it there and told him it was Swartz, his first, and the first foul of the 4th quarter. 7 minutes left in this one. Devils in the half-court set. Keyshawn's been sitting down there waiting for the ball. Nobody got it to him. A little too much dribbling outside. High post Keyshawn. Cameron will take the ball now and reset that offense. Left side, Dom goes down to the left corner. BL3 goes there too. Cam working one-on-one. Cam gets to the, well, he didn't get to the basket because he got fouled with a couple hand checks there. Nate Smith, his first foul, and the second going against O'Fallon. You know, they cleared out to the left side and almost gave Cameron that opportunity take them one-on-one. BL3 gets it on the right side. Oh, he went through the legs. That was kind of tough, through a double team, through the legs and back through the legs. But then Rice on the other end hustles back and gets a steal. Good fake there. That was a running back fake there on the pass. Rice came down, gave a couple head fakes, and just looked like he was running the football again. But when he got down here looking to pass to the corner, lost the handle on the basketball. Panthers basketball.
Just a little bit out of control.
But the hustle on the way back to steal the ball, trailing the whole play, was pretty awesome. Approaching 6 minutes left in this one, 20-point lead. Okuro has to come back outside. That's the Dancy. He hit a couple threes there in that last part of the second quarter. Dell's really pushing that man-to-man out and doing a great job of covering and talking. Communication a key.
Well, a great job on the quick hedge, getting back into position.
Wow, with only 5 seconds left on the shot clock, Nate Smith contested a three from the left corner and hit it.
Throw the ball to him. Keyshawn's down the block. He's open.
Keyshawn in the high post now, sets two screens, gets the ball at the top. Keyshawn passes over to Dom. He's on the left side. BL3 back to Dom. Hey, let's go back up to the top again. BL3, crossover, up, in, under, good. Oh, he made Hunter look pretty sick there as he went crossover twice, went to the basket, scoop for the bucket for BL3.
Steal by Wires.
And they're going to say it's off the leg of, actually Dom was over there, but, and I thought they might call a foul since he got bumped out of bounds, but we'll stay on the far end with 5:13 left in this one. And a good contingency of blue up here in the right, or the left up in the top. Hunter has the basketball. Rice Jr. on him. Over to Curl, 22 feet off the left. Back to Swartz. He's going to take a 24-footer. No good. Dom gets a rebound over Keyshawn. Dom brings it down the right side. Crossover. Dom's going to go to the hole. Dom does go to the hole. Partially blocked by both Okuro and Dancy, or Smith. Good news is, when Smith came down, he was out of bounds. Devils basketball under their own basket. Okuro's going to get a break. Back in is Andre Stanley. Also a couple more subs. Pedro Wilson's coming in. Also Eddie Jackson's coming back in. So seeing some new players, but with 4:51, could it be that Coach is starting to say, hey, flags up, white flags up, and Keyshawn now taking a break too with 4:51.
Not yet.
Again, because this team is explosive. Inside, Rico Clay Jr. Oh, good look, a little short hook. BL3 sent it inside, no good. Panthers in transition, into the right corner. Bounce it down in the block. Stanley kicks it out to the left side. Eddie Jackson now to the top. Fire that quick three out top, no good. Shot was taken by Nate Smith. Rebounded Devils. Dom goes in. Dom to the basket. Count it. Should have been an and one. It was a no call, but Dom went all the way to the basket with the score. Contact was made. Definitely wasn't going to be a charge.
Well, he was too far underneath the basket. I know that we don't have the circle out there, but that's, coaching college. If you're underneath the basket, you're not going to get the charge.
Backdoor cut. Up, under. Nice play there by the Panthers. Nate Smith with basket on that one. Smith's got 5 points, but all in this last quarter. 4 minutes left in the ball game.
Well, and the shot clock is your friend right now, so run your stuff, get good open looks.
Rice is going to pull up off the left side. Good! Rice Jr. for the three-pointer off the left side. He's got 5, 63-31. Woodmart Building Center, 12th and Seminary Road, your three-point sponsor. Pretty good performance by the Devils. Looks like we'll be playing at 6 o'clock, not jumping ahead in the last 3:30. But I can't see a self-destruct button anywhere here. Inside, I tried to scoop. Ugly looking shot, but Stanley came down the lane, got the putback. Devils bring it up quickly on the offensive end. BL3 realizing three guys are over here. To Rice. Rice says, I like it the first time. Took a shot, 22, no good. Rico Clay Jr. the strong rebound. Nate Smith got partial block. Panthers head off the other way. In transition, Smith liked it the last 2 times, missed the shot. Weak side, here comes Cameron Wires. Crank up the gears. Wires, why not go all the way? And does, hits the floor, but Cameron just turned that one up to another gear, and he's been called, talked about Everett Abbey handling the basketball and moving. Pretty good stuff. So with 2:41, we've got a timeout, but only for substitutions. And at that point, O'Fallon, I think, has thrown up the...
Well, the thing I like about Cameron's game this year versus last year, he's under control offensively, not making the wild one-handed passes. That time, he took it from the left-hand side, coming down the floor, took it to the middle of the floor, and then took it hard to the basket. So, if he does that, he's going to have options on the right-hand side and the left-hand side.
Wires takes a seat as well as Don Clay with 2.5 left. Avion Tate checked in. I'll get you the rest of the guys who did check in. I see Trace Ruth back in the ball game. Rice gets a steal, though.
I think Mr. Longcourt is going to be coming out here shortly.
Ball was knocked off a leg, but Trace Ruth tracked it down. In the left corner, Ruth. Back out to BL3 as we approach 2 minutes left in this game. Rico's down in the low block. Tate's in the left corner. Ruth and BL3 out top. Right corner, Rice Jr. Ruth pops around. Stops. Oh, he gets popped in the... Oh, he gets checked and popped in the head. Takes a step back, and they said, by the way, we're going to call a travel on you, too.
Well...
Normally, I think I'd even argue about that, but I'm not going to argue about that with a 2 minute left in the game. And here comes Rico Clay Jr. and BL3. Emmerich Batley coming in, also Nathan Poulter. Rice Jr. saying, hey, you got to come all the way down here to half court and check in. Emmerich heads down that way. He checks in for Rice. So, Ruth, Batley. Max Wires in the ball game. Tate and Jacob Salisbury. After the game, we'll, of course, hear from Coach. There's his brother right down there. Pull up, outside, shot, no good. Long rebound comes out. New guy in the game for the Panthers gets the shot. That was Jalen Hall, misses. Max Wires on the left side, our fan favorite. Bounces it inside to Tate. Tate backs in. Tate goes in. No good on the left. Good move and spin move. Max was just sitting in the corner going, send it back out for the three. Max has another chance. After the steal, outlet to Max. He's on the block. The reverse layup, good. Takes it from the left side to the right. Wires is in the book. You heard the fan favorite over here from the stands. Right below us, 67-43, approaching 1 minute left in this one. Good start to the day here. Long shot, no good. Taken out there by number 4, Dees. Rebounded by number 4, Salisbury. 1 minute left. Wires with a good pass inside. Ruth kicks it back out. Batley from the corner. No good for three. And we've got a foul. It looks like the Panthers. Weak side Tate trying to get position. He'll commit his first foul. The Devils first in the fourth quarter. 5th for the game. How about that, Coach? Playing some pretty good ball against an aggressive, fast-paced team. 5 fouls on the day, unofficially. Panthers, both teams have played man-to-man throughout the day. And good defense there by Tate. Hall comes up with a little short left-hand hook. Shot it from 8 or 9 and shot it about 6 feet. Here comes Salisbury across the timeline. Also in the ball game, Gavin Clausen. Try to get a couple of the other guys' mentions in there. Number 11, TJ Kaysen. Tate in the backcourt gets the basketball back. Hall's on him. And you got to shoot the ball. This is what I like about the shot clock. When you bring subs in, they can actually run the offense because you don't want to just stall because it's going to be a shot clock violation. Down to 10, only 4 seconds difference here. We might just take the violation. Poulter tried to drive, lost it off his knee, so with 7.3 seconds left in this game, 67-43, Devils up by 24. Dees will bring it across the timeline. Dees will go through 3 or 4 Devils. Tate will put a second foul in the book. And, of course, you're not going to give up a basket right there 3 feet in front. And Tate's got some quickness, some jumping ability,
Right.
and he's been a little bit of a spark when he has come in the last few weeks. Dees gets to the scoring column. (67-34). Check that 44. How'd that get 44? Did they just move? That's right. I looked down there and I thought, where'd we get 44? I thought we were at 34. I'm trying to take some defense away there. And there's the final buzzer. Your Blue Devils will advance. Blue Devils 67, Panthers 44. And a pretty good day here, Coach, other than the offensive boards, which, again, some of those were just happenstance of where they fall. But Coach otherwise has to be pretty impressed with, because, again, on defense, on rebounds, especially offensive rebounds, you got to find the body and put it on them.
Yeah, well, I mean, their defense, the first 4 or 5 minutes, of the third quarter, turned this game from a, 13-point game to a 25-point game, and, they held them to 2 points and went on, 13-point run, I believe, something of that nature, to where, they put the game away, the first 4 minutes, of the third quarter.
Yeah, I don't think I made that call during the fourth quarter, but when I got to the fourth, my last 36 leaving the quarter looked like a 26, and all of a sudden I shifted back into the 30s on my running score. But the final is still the same way, 67-44. Wow, somebody was going to walk on the floor, cameraman. He said, no, you can't walk out there. The MVP for the tournament here on this game was Keyshawn Thomas. But there were a lot of great things, and I tell you, like you mentioned, Bradley's passing. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna break it down, but every player contributed. Team victory, and a great one here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good, lead-in to, the semifinal tonight against, Althoff Catholic. So, they played a good, the starters played, 3 quarters maybe. He got a little bit of rest in for them. With Clay coming in, Rice coming in, off the bench and, putting up some nice minutes, so we got him a little bit of rest, but, now it's time, get off your feet, get some food in your belly, and start focusing on, Althoff Catholic.
Well, that'll do it for the regular portion of our broadcast. Stick around, though. We'll have the Hardee's post-game show, of course, brought to you by Hardee's at 30th and Broadway. We'll hear from Coach. That'll be brought to you by the QHS Auto Group in the coach's comments, and then we'll pick our Freiburg Insurance Agency player of the game from up here. So run to the bathroom real quick, pick up a drink, grab a sandwich. You ain't got much time, though, and come back here as we got the post game right here. But the final score here in Collinsville, the Quincy High Blue Devils 67, the O'Fallon Panthers 44, and you've been listening to Blue Devil Basketball on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Freiburg Insurance, your local independent Pekin insurance partner, is proud to support young people in sports and academics in the Quincy area. After the game, make a note to stop by their office and discuss your current policies and future needs for your business, home, auto, and family. Pekin Insurance offers a variety of plans to meet your coverage needs. Give Freiburg Insurance a call at 217-224-7774. Go Devils!
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th, Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
And welcome to the Hardee's post-game show, brought to you by Brian Harms at 30th and Broadway. Devils do a great job here. After one quarter, 21-11 with the lead. They put together an 8 and 13-point run in the first. They started out in the second with another 8-point run, halftime, up 37-24 by 13. Third quarter stretched at 54-36 and wrapped up 67-44 by 23 for the 11th victory of the season against no losses.
It's a great defensive effort tonight, by the Blue Devils. And they did that without fouling. I think they had, 5, 6 fouls the whole ball game, and they were after it, on the defensive end, and that turned into, easy, transition opportunities for them, and when they didn't have their transition opportunities, O'Fallon didn't have an answer for Keyshawn underneath the basket. They kept, feeding him, and, he got good position, within the offense, and he finished, and they decided not to, double team him or try to get the ball out of his hands. And, Keyshawn went basically one-on-one tonight, and like I say, they didn't have an answer for it. Now, the thing is, when Keyshawn gets double teamed, he's going to kick it out for some wide open threes, and, we hit some good threes, but, tonight was a defensive effort, deflections, getting your hands on the ball, getting in the passing lanes, and going down and getting easy looks.
And we're waiting for the box score to come out here. I got to find out where that 2 points went in the third quarter, as I got us for 65 unofficially, and it's 67. We do know that from the top. Nice thing is now we got Althoff Catholic, as we mentioned, 3 games between us, and then we'll head, of course, to tonight against Althoff Catholic. So you get, again, take a little break, get a rest. You're a player. You love this kind of pace, and so you're ready to go. I mean, you're a young guy.
Oh, yeah. Well, and these guys are used to playing, AAU basketball, which, sometimes, you get 4 or 5 games in one day, and if you're getting after it, at the pace that the Blue Devils have, it's definitely an advantage, with the kids in the summer playing in the AAU program, especially playing 2 games, at this level of intensity.
And with that, just briefly here, thank you very much. Trying to find that last point there, Coach. So here you got the next game. You've got Collinsville, that great purple out there, and they're taking on Woodlands. Haven't got the chance to watch Collinsville. Have you had a chance at all?
No, I mean, Collinsville's Collinsville. They're going to be competitive. They're going to be well coached. They're going to be fundamentally sound, which that's what we've seen the last couple of years. Now, the question is, do they have the talent, compete at this level?
And thank you over there, Anthony. As we got it all wrapped up, it was BL3. I can't slide BL3 2 points. What am I going to do here as we get it up? Hey, let's break down the scoring here unofficially in my book. Check it over for the Panthers, who now will fall to 4-7 on the season. 13 points for their big guy, Ben Curl. No points in the fourth, but by that time they took him out of the ball game. Aggressive, and at 6'7", I mean, you can't go and teach 6'7". He's got some ability. Stronger he gets, plays a little with his back to the basket. He's got some opportunities there. 11 points out of Swartz Jr. Dropping down there to 6 for Dancy. Hit those 2 threes at the end of the first half. Nate Smith had 5. 2 points from Stanley. 2 points from also Hunter. A single point from Dees. Don't forget Eddie Jackson. He had 4. And Wilson, Clausen, Hall, Kaysen, and that was it. Got in the game, but did not score. For the Devils on the other side, 67 was the total. They were led dual 16s. And, of course, that's Keyshawn Thomas with 16. Bradley Longcore with 16. Then you go Dom Clay with 11. He had 9 of those in the first half. He had a great first quarter. He had a good game, let me tell you that. But first quarter, he lit them up. 8 points from Rico Clay Jr., 7 from Mark Louthan, 5 points from Jarius Rice Jr. He hit that 3 in the fourth quarter, hit that bucket inside as well. We go down to 2 points from Cameron Wires, 2 from Max Wires on the reverse layup, and in the game, Nathan Poulter, Avion Tate, Emmerich Batley, and that rounds out your lineup. 67 for the Devils, more importantly. 2 victories here, 10 on the season.
Yeah, and, like I say, we, advance. And, I tell you what, I like what I saw a lot better today than I did yesterday. They played a more complete ball game, getting after it. Still like to see the stats on the offensive rebounds and how many assists Longcore had. But, big keys, and those are things that you can clean up, the offensive glass. Just making sure that you're, boxing out somebody every time down the floor.
Well, Coach, you're bringing us box scores at halftime and at the end of the game, they did not bring us one now. And so I'll tell you, we'll take a quick break. I'm going to put the stopwatch on you if you want to run down and grab it.
I'll be back.
There you go. And we'll be right back with the postgame. We'll hear from Coach Douglas when we come back as well, brought to you by QHS Auto Group. And then we'll pick our Freiburg Insurance Agency player of the game. You're in the Hardee's postgame show, and it's Blue Devil basketball right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
At Blessing Health, our podiatrists and podiatric surgeons understand the importance of getting you back on your feet. When you experience foot or ankle pain or injuries, our team of experts is dedicated to restoring your mobility and relieving your pain. Every step of your journey matters to us. And when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. At Blessing Health, we've got you covered from head to toe.
And back here at Collinsville, the post-game show brought to you by Hardee's, 30th and Broadway. Stop by and see Brian Harms. Check if Jeff the Biscuit Man is still around or not. Not the Muffin Man, the Biscuit Man. So I sent Coach Pettit on a walk here down the way. We're timing him out here. We'll get out a calendar. We'll get rid of the stopwatch here real quick. But it is, we do want to see those stats on the rebounds, but also the assists. BL3 had 6 assists in the first half. Devils were really clicking. We had the pick and roll working. We had the pick and slip working. We hit the 3-pointers in the first quarter. Longcore with 1, Clay with 1, Lauthan with 1, so we shared out there as well. Second quarter, none. Third quarter, we had a blue-collar 3, and the fourth quarter, we had a 3. So we had 4 threes from outside, I believe, and a blue-collar 3 to match as well. And, Coach, boom, that was some quick time there. I'm not sure you had that kind of time back when you played for the Blue Devils. Good job.
Well, they ended up out-rebounding us. They had 12 offensive rebounds. But once again, the Blue Devils controlled the paint, outscoring them 42-18, in the paint. Points off of turnovers, 20-8. Fast break points, 15-2. So, once again, the defensive end turning into easy offensive baskets. They outscored them 15-5 off the bench. Keyshawn was 16 points. BL3 had 8 assists, and 3 turnovers. But, once again, the defensive pressure, they turned, O'Fallon turned the ball over 16 times. And only had 6 assists.
And yesterday, they only turned the ball over 8 times. I was checking that stat out early in the day. So Devils put up the pressure on them. How was our rebounding as far as individuals?
Top rebounder was Dom Clay and Mark Lauthan with 4. Keyshawn only had 3 rebounds tonight.
Wow, it seemed like he had more. And it seemed like Clay got some of those early. Maybe that's where he got them, though. And total rebounds for the Devils on the night?
25, and, O'Fallon had 28 boards, but 12 of them were on the offensive end.
We'll be talking to Coach in there to ask about that, what his thoughts were at halftime. That, and again, we're being aggressive. Long rebounds sometimes will be from long shots.
Yeah.
So when you got those, sometimes, but if you put bodies on people, the whole theory, as we always said, and we used to run this, if you could get everybody to screen their person out, the ball should be able to drop on the floor and bounce. Now, you want somebody going after that, and releasing, but in theory, that's a great job of screening out.
Well, yeah, and, it's one of those things where, that's an area that, they need to work on, because the last couple of games, they've gotten hurt on the offensive glass. And, you play a more talented, team, that could hurt you in the long run, especially down, in the fourth quarter.
Good stuff from a lot of guys here today. And, of course, in that first half, when you had Longcore, Clay Jr., and Lauthan and Thomas all contributing, we had some good stuff out there. So, and Coach is joining us right now as we'll let him get the headsets on. And, we didn't even mention this, Coach, a few games ago. You got your own headsets these days, and you don't have to wait for us to hand something to you.
Merry Christmas.
Exactly. It was under our tree, and we just, put your name on it.
I don't think you want either one of our headphones with the colds that we've been fighting here the last couple of weeks.
And so, hey, here we go. I thought it was almost a complete game. Coaches pointed out a couple points on the offensive rebounds in the first half. But when you went in against this team at half, what'd you say to the squad?
Really liked where we were at. I mean, offensive rebounds were the only thing that we could talk about that we had to be better at going into the second half. And, I think this group got more guys on this team that can dunk the ball than I think Quincy High has ever had. And they like getting out in transition, but, you got to finish the job first. We worked way too hard. They worked way too hard defensively to give up second and third opportunities and allow them to get open threes off of it. And, it wasn't perfect in the second half, but it was a heck of a lot better.
I think early in the game, too, we expect our regulars. Dom Clay started off hot on both ends of the floor, hitting the shots out there as well. Louthan has been doing the little things, out there as well. Things that you liked about the first half, first of all?
Defense. I thought our defense was as best as we played it all season long. We went away from switching and just staying with our guy. The communication was better. The energy was better. Our off-ball defense was better. Dom Clay, it's no secret. When Dom is keyed in defensively, we're a much better defensive team, and he was at his best today.
Well, and I thought second half when you came out, your first 3 minutes out of halftime, you just went and strangled them, on the defensive end, and that led to, easy, opportunities on the transition offense.
Yeah, that's, we always say the first 4 minutes of the second half are some of the most important minutes out there. Foot on the throat mentality, not allowing them to claw back, and we got a little careless with it at times there, in the fourth quarter, but all in all, this was a really good effort by all of our guys today.
And you nailed it right there, Coach, because at 3:40 there was a timeout in that third quarter, and that's when we had built that 10-point run with a 47-26 lead. And Coach Pettit used the same terminology, putting the foot on the neck.
Yep, we have to. We have to have a killer mentality with this group, and you work extremely hard to get a lead. The last thing you want to do is blow it because trying to be cute with the basketball and trying to make plays that we don't normally make. And, our guys did a pretty good job of that today.
Yeah, and, Bradley Longcourt, the passes he made tonight. I'm sitting there going, well, there's another one, one. And he make the pass and it'd be an easy layup. He sees the floor so well. When he gets, underneath the volleyball line in the lane, what are you going to do?
Right. You got to sink in and help, and he's going to find, like Keyshawn, they're going to find guys on the perimeter and hit them when they're open, and both of them do that.
Now down here in the second half, I loved you ran this set for a few times. Louthan pops up, high post. Bradley flashes from the weak side. You look, he ends up on that block. Keyshawn steps up in there, and I saw a couple different things out of that. Went to Keyshawn a couple times, but then it went into Bradley, and then Bradley boomed down to Keyshawn. Yep. So it really worked well. It was 2 or 3 times down there in a row that you ran it.
Yeah, this is something we've talked a lot about with this group is our execution has to be better than it's been. And it hasn't been horrible by any means, but it hasn't been to our level. And today it was much better. With that play, executing it, 4 plays in a row, other than one hiccup, they did a really good job of hitting screens, coming off screens, wanting the basketball, and then finishing inside.
All right, we talk about this being a two-game day. Coach was talking and said, the team before gets an extra hour and a half to sit. What's your theory of how much time? Because I said I don't want to sit more than a couple games because you get stiff. I'd rather come back after a couple. We're young and not sit. Doesn't really matter to you.
With this group, they're 15, 16, 17-year-old kids. I think they're good regardless. When you're playing in a game where you get to go to the championship game the next day, it doesn't matter when we're playing. They're going to be ready to go.
Well, what you're saying is, if it was us, we might have some milk and cookies and go to bed after that.
That's exactly right. We'll rest up, get a bite to eat, and finish our game plan for tonight's game. But if we can come out with the same defensive intensity, I really like our chances.
Sounds great. Hey, great ball game.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Good job, Devils.
Thank you.
Win in advance. We like that. And that's Coach Douglas. Of course, his comments are brought to you by the Kunis Auto Group, Kunis Honda, Kunis Hyundai, faith, family, and giving back. When we come back, we'll pick our player of the game and wrap up the Hardee's postgame show on mechasportsco.com.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QHS Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
And we are back here in Collinsville as they're announcing the starting lineups for the next game. Thank you, Coach, for coming up. And our player of the game, lots of highlights. You know what? I might have, well, I can't go there yet. I was going to say, the Blue Devil defense is the player of the game.
You've got it to, when they got out after it, and, they played good defense, you know what I mean, the first half. But that first 4 minutes of the third quarter, when they just, well, like Coach said, you put the foot down on the throat. And the more they squawk, the harder you push. And after the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, this game was over with.
Well, you sent it to me. You sent it to me, and I'm going to go there because even though we so many times do the offensive accolades, and Keyshawn did win the player of the game, so Keyshawn, hang that one on your hat there.
Keyshawn, 16 points. He had 3 nice passes for assists. I thought he was a key, starting the third quarter and getting the ball down low to him, and have him starting to work on it, But once again, you got BL3 with 8 assists. And, it's some of the prettiest assists that you ever want to see in your life. Dom Clay was, Coach said it best, when he's locked in on the defensive end, his offense, is as good as it gets. So, I mean, you have a whole lot of, and you had Wires out there, and he shut down Schwartz about as well as anybody shut Schwartz down, in this tournament because he's a good ball player, and Cameron did a heck of a job. It was just a great team effort, especially on the defensive end.
Yep, so offense is nice. Defense wins championship, 16 on both sides, of course, for Thomas and Longcore. The third, Clay did have 11. Lots of fun stuff out there. But you gave it to me, Coach. You were looking for a single guy. I pulled it out. Quincy High's Blue Devil defense, and the nice thing about that defense, great job of 44 points only. Some of that was late, but we had 2 shot clock violations in a row, and that shows you that intensity.
Well, and that was, that was how they started out the third quarter, with those shot clock violations, and then they went down and, like I said, the transition offense, from the deflections on the defensive end, that's how this team's going to live, and, this team's going to live to play a lot more games.
And our player of the game, meaning the whole team there on defense, brought to you by the Freiburg Insurance Agency. So while the team gets a rest, the coaches talk about the next game plan. We'll do the same, and we'll watch 3 games here, and we'll be back. The game time is 6 o'clock for the tip. Join us 15 minutes early. That's 5:45. Did I get my math right this time?
Yes.
After a long day yesterday, I went forward instead of backward, and that happens sometimes. So, but join us here. We'll be right here, as it will be the Blue Devils against the Althoff Catholic Crusaders, including a D1 Oregon pick. We just throw it in there because, hey, he is.
Football player.
Exactly, but he has not a bad basketball game as well. And the Devils taking care of business. Bring it back, baby, for the victory today. Glad you were with us. Get your afternoon business out of the way. Sit down with your easy chair and join us tonight. One last time, the Blue Devils with the victory. The final 67-44. It's the Hardy's postgame show, and you've been listening to Blue Devil Basketball, the radio style. Boy, I love it. Right here on mechasportsco.com.
Freiburg Insurance, your local independent Pekin insurance partner, is proud to support young people in sports and academics in the Quincy area. After the game, make a note to stop by their office and discuss your current policies and future needs for your business, home, auto, and family. Pekin Insurance offers a variety of plans to meet your coverage needs. Give Freiburg Insurance a call at 217-224-7774. Go Devils.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any two of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage, egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.